Hi, my name is John Whitehead. I'm a leadership and executive coach. And again, welcome to this week's video blog post. So we're down to the sixth behavior in the first practice from Kouzes and Posner's The Leadership Challenge. And of course, the first practice is modeling the way. And the final behavior, the sixth behavior within that practice is, are you as the leader clear about your philosophy of leadership? So again, in the LPI 360, which is the leadership assessment that I often use with leaders, we're asking a series of questions, right, about our leadership. And it's how frequently as a leader do we do certain things? How frequently? And for our direct reports, how frequently did they observe us doing X, Y, Z? And so this particular behavior, it says, is that leader clear about the philosophy of leadership? And this kind of ties into what I was talking about last week about values, right? Because if you don't understand what your values are and don't know what your values are, how do you know about how you're acting why you're acting in certain situations, or understanding where your actions are coming from? So if a key value is integrity, how is that showing up? And then now, how does that fit with your philosophy of leadership? Because in modeling the way, right, you are being watched. You're being observed. Are you modeling what you want your people to be doing? Are you modeling what you expect? And in terms of leadership, are you modeling what you want leadership to be, what you want to see your leadership in other people, how you want to see leadership in other people? So what does it mean for you to be a leader? What is your philosophy of leadership? What does it mean for you to be a leader? Well, one way to do that, to answer that question, is to do some reading into previous leaders, some of the great leaders, some of the well-known leaders, and maybe not some of the not so well-known leaders. What about some biographies of people in leadership roles? We can think of great leaders come to mind, right? Flaws and all. People like Winston Churchill, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King. Names in leadership. What does that mean? Whether they're military leaders, whether they're civilian leaders, maybe organizational leaders. A lot of people read books from, about Steve Jobs, right? Elon Musk. Warts and all, the greatness is in the challenges for all those people. So what did for them did it mean to be a leader? Jack Welch from GE. And there's so many books written on leadership. But what is your personal leadership philosophy? It's great to be reading about all these leaders to find out where that comes from, where their leadership philosophy was, but what's yours? So here's your challenge for this week. What is your leadership philosophy? Not sure, want to get a greater knowledge in it? Just Google leadership philosophy and see what comes up. What book are you reading right now on leadership? How are you understanding yourself, how you show up in different situations? These are all questions for you to think about, to reflect on. And as a coach, these are the kind of questions I ask my clients, to think a little bit more deeper. Because once you've nailed what your philosophy is and you get a better understanding of it, right? Self-awareness, self-knowledge, now you can turn to how that shows up in the workplace for you, how that shows up in leadership. How are people watching you, observing you? be that leader that you would maybe want them to be? Think about that. Thanks a lot, folks. Thanks for watching again this week. And I hope you join me next week where we go to the next set of behaviors from the second practice in the leadership challenge, which is inspiring a shared vision. Inspiring a shared vision. One of the big ones for me. Thank you and have a great, safe week.